What we have here is a proportion. A ratio on the left equals a ratio on the right. We're going to check if z equals 15.2 is a solution. So what we do is write down the equation and plug in z equals 15.2 divided by 36.4. We cross multiply, which means we multiply the 4.2 with 36.4, and that's equal to 15.2, and multiply with 9.8. So let me write down what we're multiplying. 4.2 with 36.4. So 4 times 2 is 8. We're going to ignore the decimal point for now. 4 2s are 8. 6 2s are 12. 3 2s are 6 plus 1, 7. 4 4s are 16. Carry the 1 over. 6 4s are 24 plus 1, 25. Carry the 2 over. 4 3s are 12. 13, 14. 8, 6, 7, 8, 7 plus 5 is 12. 4 plus 1, 5. 1, 5, 2, 8, 8. That's what we have. And now we're going to place the decimal point. There's one decimal place here, one more here, a total of 2. So we need 2 decimal places in the final answer. So it's 152.88. Next we multiply 15.2. I'm putting the 3-digit number on top. That it's just easier to multiply that way, and the 2-digit number at the bottom. So we have 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 5 is 40 plus 1, 41. 8 1s are 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. 9 2s are 18. 9 5s are 45 plus 1, 46. 9 1s are 9 plus 4 is 13. And it ends with the 6, which tells me that the two sides are not equal. But let's complete the multiplication. And we have 148.96. So what we have on the left is 152.88, and on the right we have 148.96. Clearly, that's not a true statement. So what is our conclusion? The reason why it's not a true statement is because the number that we plugged in is incorrect. So this is not a solution, which means z cannot equal 15.2. Now here, in the next question, we're going to take every proportion and solve it, and then see if we can check answers. So we have p over 8 equals 30 over 34. One standard method that works is cross multiplication. So let's just cross multiply. It works all the time. Sometimes it might be a little longer than other methods, but it works for sure. So 34p, and we are multiplying across the equal to sign, is equal to 30 times 8. Now, in order to solve for p, 34 is multiplied to p, so we need to divide both sides by 34. We've done this before in the same section. Whatever number is multiplied to p, we need to divide the expression with the exact same number, so we can cancel the number multiplied to p. The whole idea is to get p by itself. That's the goal. And anything else we need to get rid of. So p is equal to 30 times 8 over 34. So notice that I have not multiplied any of these numbers, and the reason is that I want to simplify completely And I want to keep it in that form so the numbers are small and easy to cancel. So we have 30 times, and I know 2 divides 34, so 2 times 4 divided by 2 times 17. 17 twos are 34. So we cancel the 2's and we have P equals, notice we're going vertically down to solve it, and every step is an equation. Don't forget that it's an equation. So write down both sides of the equation. Make sure you're following these good habits so it'll help you in algebra in future. Now we simplify because there's nothing else that cancels. 17 cannot be a factor of 30. So 4 times 3 is 12, and then of course 0 over 17. Now another way in which we could solve this is, let me show you another way. Okay, so remember that the goal of solving an equation where P is the unknown is by getting P by itself, which means I need to get rid of 8 that P is divided by. P is divided by 8. The opposite of division is multiplication. Now if I multiplied both sides with P, so if I multiplied both sides with P, with 8, I would cancel. So what I did was not multiply both sides with P, but multiplied both sides with 8 to cancel the 8's. Remember, we're trying to get P by itself. So P equals 30 times 8 over 34. So instead of cross multiplying, if you see that this can be done easily, multiplying both sides by a certain number, we get the exact same answer. We do everything else is the same, so I'm just going to skip all the steps. Basically, we follow these steps to get 120 over 17. Now, how do we check our answer? So this is method 1, this is method 2, this is cross multiplication, and this is just a different method. You multiply both sides by 8 to get rid of 8 and get P by itself. So now how do you check? This is our answer. Let's put it back into the equation. P is 120 over 17 divided by 8, and that's equal to 30 over 34. So let's cross multiply. So 120 over 17 times 34 has to equal 30 times 8. So we have 120 times, and 34 is in the numerator, so it's 17 times 2 is 34. So you're dividing by 2, so just checking to see if 17 cancels, and that's equal to 8 times 3, 24, so that's 240. So 120 times 2 equals 240, and clearly that is a true statement. If you multiply, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 1 is 2. And what this tells us, that this answer is correct. Plug it back in to check if it works. Now let's look at one more. Now multiply both sides, rather cross multiply. So we have 49. So the first method is cross multiplication. It always works, just sometimes maybe a little longer, like I said before, but it does work. So 49 times 18 is equal to 14 times n. Notice that I'm not going to multiply the 49 and 18 as yet, because I want to see if something cancels before I combine it and make it a large number, since I'm not going to be using my calculator. So 49 times 18 and is equal to 14n. Now we divide both sides by 14. We cancel the 14s, and our n is equal to 49 times 18 over 14, and I want to check if anything cancels out before I combine the numbers. Do not multiply until you cancel all common factors. The multiplication will be much easier. I see a 7 in the numerator and a 7 in the denominator. So 49 is 7 times 7. 18 is 2 times 9. I see a 2 in the denominator as well because 14 is 7 times 2. So I cancel the 7s, I cancel the 2s, and n equals 9 times 7 equals 63. Notice how we are working with this. Vertically down, making sure that there's an equal to in every step. So this is one way of solving it. So this is something that will always work. If any other method confuses you, just go with cross multiplication. Now here, I'm going to show you a different method. So we have 49 over n equals 14 over 18. Now I take the reciprocal of the left side, which means I flip the fraction, but that will not be equal to 14 over 18. I absolutely need to flip the fraction on the right as long as both are fractions. So that would be 18 over 14. If you know how to do this, it's just one step. Now I need to get rid of 49 in the denominator. N is divided by 49, and the way to get rid of the 49 is to multiply both sides by 49. I cancel the 49s and I've solved for n. N is 18 times 49 over 14. This is just another way of doing it. Notice that we get the exact same answer. We go through all the work just like we did here, and we get the same answer, which is 63. So this is just another method. So pick the one that's easy. If you want to follow just one method, go with cross multiplication until you're comfortable using other methods. Now, how do we check the answer? Checking the answer is simply plugging the number back in to the original equation. So 49 over n is 63, is 14 over 18. Cross multiply. 49 times 18 is equal to 14 times 63. We can simply multiply both sides and find out what the numbers are. So let me do the quick multiplication here. Or I can simply simplify both sides and show that the two fractions are equal. Since we are doing cross multiplication, let's just get along with that. 9 8s are 72. 8 4s are 32, plus 7, 39. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 4 is 4. 9 plus 9 is 18, and I have 882. So make sure you're checking the work each time. So that's 882. Now I'm going to do 63 times 14. So 4 times 3 is 12. 6 4s are 24, plus 1, 25. 3 1s are 3. 6 1s are 6. 5 plus 3 is 8. 6 plus 2 is 8. 882 equals 882. So if you have time, always check if the answer to your equation is correct by plugging it back into the equation.